Module Overview. In today's globalized economy, agribusiness operations increasingly depend on international trade for market expansion, foreign exchange earnings, and competitiveness. Agricultural commodities from raw grains and processed foods to live animals, horticultural products, and agrochemicals are traded across borders in complex, heavily regulated environments. These transactions are governed by a matrix of international trade laws, bilateral and multilateral trade agreements, national export/import regulations, and global standards for safety, quality, and sustainability. This module offers a thorough and advanced exploration of the legal frameworks that shape the global agribusiness trade landscape. It unpacks how rules set by bodies such as the World Trade Organization, WTO, Codex Alimentarius Commission, and International Plant Protection Convention, IPPC, influence the movement of agricultural goods. It also examines tariffs and non-tariff barriers, sanitary and phytosanitary SPS measures, technical barriers to trade, TBT, rules of origin, and dispute settlement mechanisms. Additionally, you will explore domestic export control regulations, licensing procedures, customs documentation, export finance, packaging and labeling standards, and procedures for compliance with trade facilitation protocols. The module also addresses legal strategies for managing trade risks, handling cross-border contract disputes, and complying with sustainability certifications required in international markets. Learning objectives. By the end of this module, you will be able to understand the principles and frameworks governing international agribusiness trade, analyze the roles of international trade organizations and treaties affecting agriculture, interpret export laws, procedures, and licensing requirements for agribusiness, navigate tariffs, quotas, non-tariff barriers, and technical regulations, comply with sanitary, phytosanitary, and quality standards in agricultural trade, understand customs documentation, terms, and trade financing instruments, evaluate trade dispute resolution frameworks and cross-border legal mechanisms, integrate trade law compliance with agribusiness strategy and global competitiveness. Introduction to international trade and agribusiness. Global importance of agricultural trade, food security, revenue, job creation. Major exporting-importing regions: North America, EU, Latin America, Africa, and Asia Pacific. Primary traded commodities: cereals, oilseeds, coffee, cocoa, fruits, livestock, seafood, agrochemicals. Trade trends: organic trade, climate-smart agriculture exports, digital trade platforms. Legal instruments governing international trade. WTO agreements: GATT, General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade, Agreement on Agriculture, SPS, and TBT. Regional trade agreements, RTAs, AFCFTA, USMCA, EU Common Agricultural Policy, ECOWAS Trade Liberalization Scheme, ETLS, bilateral trade treaties and preferential trade agreements. Role of World Customs Organization, WCO, and International Chamber of Commerce, ICC. Export control laws and domestic legal frameworks. Export licensing and permits, food products, live animals, pesticides, GMOs, export bans and restrictions, e.g. for national food security or disease outbreaks. Export promotion institutions and regulatory authorities, e.g. NEPC in Nigeria, APEDA in India, prohibited or restricted goods, dual-use items, and environmental controls. Sanitary and phytosanitary SPS measures and quality standards. Importance of health and safety in global agricultural trade, Codex Alimentarius, food safety standards, IPPC, plant health, and OIE, animal health. Pest and disease-free certifications, HACCP ISO 22000, GAP certifications, national SPS agencies and border inspections. Tariffs, quotas, and non-tariff barriers. Tariff structures, ad valorem, specific duties, mixed tariffs. Quotas, tariff rate quotas, absolute quotas. Non-tariff barriers, licensing, packaging rules, labeling mandates, origin requirements, subsidies and dumping, World Trade Organization anti-dumping and countervailing duties agreements, customs documentation and trade procedures, key documents, bill of lading, certificate of origin, phytosanitary certificate, commercial invoice, packing list, inspection certificate, harmonized system HS codes for classification, Incoterms, for example, FOB, CIF, DDP, and contract interpretation, export declarations, customs clearance, and port procedures, trade finance and risk management, letters of credit, LCs, bank guarantees, open account terms, export credit insurance, and EXIM banks, legal frameworks for international payments and currency risk management, arbitration clauses and legal remedies in international sales contracts, dispute settlement and trade remedies. WTO Dispute Settlement Body DSB State to State Dispute Process, Private Contractual Arbitration, ICC, UNCITRAL, Model Law, ICSID, Trade Remedies, Safeguards, Anti Dumping Duties, Countervailing Measures, Cross Border Enforcement of Judgments and Arbitral Awards, New York Convention, Sustainability, Certification, and Trade Compliance, Environmental and Labor Requirements in Trade Law, Fair Trade, Organic Rainforest Alliance, UTZ certification requirements, legal implications of non-compliance, e.g. seizure, import bans, ESG, environmental, social, and governance, obligations and global sourcing, strategic trade law compliance in agribusiness, building a compliant export supply chain, integrating trade law into agribusiness logistics, marketing, and R&D, role of trade lawyers and compliance officers in agribusiness strategy, trade intelligence, lobbying, and advocacy in trade policy formulation. Key takeaways. International trade laws are essential for market access, legal compliance, and agribusiness success. Agribusinesses must comply with a wide array of international treaties, national laws, and technical standards. Export processes involve complex documentation, safety certifications, and legal protocols. Trade finance instruments and legal dispute mechanisms mitigate risks in cross-border transactions. Sustainable trade compliance enhances agribusiness reputation and competitiveness in the global market.